They're just proving to me that they're going to have a starting running back next year that's average. Welcome back to the Fantasy Backpack, where we carry people to championships. So, I know you clicked on the thumbnail, you read the title, and you're like, I'm going to tell this guy he's crazy. People have been telling me this for 4 weeks. Trade James Conner, Le'Veon this, Le'Veon that. I haven't been one of them. I've been a huge fan of James Conner, not as a running back. I hate him as a running back, but the system and just the teams that he was going to face. But I'm going to start this off by saying, you know what? Let me do this. I actually put together spreadsheets and Word documents explaining what I think of the players, spreadsheets showing stats and all that for a few customers actually, that do daily, and they just want to get the insights and all the information and suggestions, but make their own choices. So let me actually go into one document. So here we go. So now that I've made sure everything is blurred out and everything else is out, this was my evaluation of James Conner this week. James Conner, a number one RB, feast against below average D, gets every RB carry. Now, when I'm doing daily, I try to see who gets the most carries just in the offense. Doesn't matter how expensive they are. We'll try to work around that. And he's had the third easiest schedule from week 1 to week 8. The first time he faced Cleveland, 192 total yards, 2 touchdowns. Cleveland gives up 134 yards just because that's what they do on defense. So Atlanta, 185, 2 touchdowns. They give up 112. Cincinnati, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. They give up 128. He got 129. They give up 128. Now, here's my expectation. 146 for 2 touchdowns. And I'm making suggestions. This is the last time you can use him. So load up on all teams. Right. So you can see, it's just, he's faced such horrible defense and put up such great, all of his numbers have come in 4 games, 2 against the same team. Atlanta and Cincinnati ranks bottom half of the league in rush defense. He's also faced Tampa Bay and Baltimore. Baltimore, I think he got 75 total yards, and close to the same for Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay was actually really good at run defense until Gerald McCoy and the linebacker, I forgot his name, linebacker got hurt. That's when they started giving up a crap load of yards. So early in the season, they were actually good at run defense. Plus, they were scoring a lot, so it's easier to play defense when you're up a lot and the other team isn't really running on you. So that's what they were. Now, James Conner is a below-average running back. He's a power back, right? Think of Jeremy Hill or Howard. Give either one of them the same opportunities he's gotten in this offense, they'll do the same, probably better. Now, all the stats that you read every day, that you see every day, the yards per carry, the catches, all that is just window dressing that shows you what a running back really is. One of my favorite stats to use is DVOA. Now, what DVO is the defense value adjusted over average. The number represents the per play, the same per play average that you would give to an average running back. I hope I'm explaining that to you. So if you give another average running back the same teams, the same downs, the same distance, would they do the same as James Conner? And James Conner in those values is ranked 30th. Right? So you're telling me if you replace him with any old average running back, you're going to get the same value. This is why the Le'Veon Bell, the comparison that ESPN throws up there and all the other networks throw up there, where they show you his stats with Le'Veon's stats through the first 8 games. Okay, calm the heck down. He's faced the easiest schedule you can possibly face. His next 6 games, there's 5 games, He's going to be as average can be. Now, here's the thing. Based on usage and usage only, he could be productive. You don't have to trade him. But what I'm saying is his value is so high right now, you can get one of the actual elite running backs and not have to hope. Now, if Le'Veon comes back, they're going to sit him down for 2 weeks. They're most likely going to sit him down for 2 weeks. So then Conister gets rain. But I don't think he's good enough to actually beat decent defenses. He's catching like 5-6 balls a game for like 40 yards. Out of the backfield, any good running back will kill that. But he's just catching the ball and he's getting tackled. So I know you think I'm crazy, but trust me on this. When you go forward week to week, going forward, you're going to see him creep back to average. Now, there are people who have special seasons, and it just goes and goes and goes. So if you have a team that you don't really need something, and you want to keep him there, just realize his numbers are going to drop. No running back maintains this pace unless they're elite back, i.e. Gurley. So, I know you think I'm crazy, but I evaluate players this way for daily mainly, but they translate so well for seasonal because you get to see the every week value. You get to evaluate. He is not a good back. He's a power back in an offense where he's getting all of the usage and they're using no one else. Now, if Le'Veon comes in, his per carry value dips tremendously because Le'Veon's going to spell him now. No one spells him. He just goes. So Pittsburgh can mask this all they want to make it seem like they're proving a point. They're just proving to me that they're going to have a starting running back next year that's average. And if their strength of schedule increases based on run defense, then they're going to have a guy that they're going to have to spell. Now, I always kept Samuels, who's their backup running back. Every week I would add him with Connor because I always thought they'll realize who is the good running back. But they continue to play bad run defenses, abysmal run defenses, and he looks great. But I'm saying, this is the Fantasy Backpack. Remember to like, subscribe, hate, tell me I'm wrong. All that's good stuff. Because, again, it just comes down to evaluation. And everything you evaluate is not going to go the same. A lot of things continue in season as they are. This may continue, but the addition of Le'Veon Bell, who's going to play maybe in 3 weeks, takes away from his value. If he's breaking off long runs, he's ranked like number 1 in long runs broken. But his per carry average is ranked like 30th. So that means he needs to break off. Okay, picture this. If you had Saquon, who's had the most negative runs behind that offensive line, if you had Saquon running the ball, and then you add in Joe Mixon or somebody like that to help him run the ball, are you guaranteed you're going to break those runs? No, because he's not getting into the flow that he normally does or will. It's the Fantasy Backpack. You can think I'm crazy all you want, but the facts is the facts, baby. Numbers never lie. At least sometimes they're skewed, but never lie.